Hello there, long time no see. I'm actually forcing myself to come live. I'm just out for a very late night walk, about 1:30 here in the early hours of the morning here in Portsmouth in the UK. Hello to people who catch up with my lives later. Good riddance to the people that are no longer here. And to those that are new, my name is Kellie and I have been on and off on social media since 2010 when I first started networking up to people who could help me understand mindset, as in money mindset, how to earn over 60,000 to clear the system, and reaching out and using social media to connect to people that would maybe know what I don't know. As people know, that changed in 2012, not long after, I think it was Donald Trump, crewing for Donald Trump, October 2012, and then obviously, as people know, Aaron and Faith were taken with Professor Bose claiming that hypermobility or lost syndrome is the easiest condition to claim to have. Now, since obviously campaigning and then coming off the streets from meeting Dean to having the two boys, it has been completely fucking turbulent. And it has been turbulent because between me and Dean, we haven't known what the fuck was going on. Oh, my dog's just seen a fox. Go on, leave the fox. You see my dog for a second. This hurts my hand, by the way. When she does this, she's got a little fox crossing the road over there. Oh, now this is when she hurts my hand. So anyway, Dean and I have been through the website that's being held under Kellie Cottam, so kellie-cottam.com. And obviously there are a couple of things in there that really fucking annoy me. And they annoy me because they're blatant bullshit. Such as the fact that Elijah and Shiloh apparently wear braces on their elbows, braces on their legs, and braces in their shoes. That's bollocks. No, they don't, right? Even I don't wear braces, yeah? I find it very difficult to wear braces. So anyway, the last couple of weeks, since we've had the letter from Children's Social Care that has basically let us know that the only reason that they have ever been getting involved is because they've been getting an anonymous phone caller, yeah? Now, the people behind the website have admitted to being the person, and I didn't know until tonight when I was reading through some stuff, because I don't really bother with it. Dean keeps me out of it. He just says, don't let it take your energy. Don't let them, keep you focused. But I've said to them, but hang on a minute. I've got the rest of the evidence that I need for this court case. Hey there, Dave. And I think I can see Nikki and a few others there. So basically, if you don't know, I started in 2010 to be able to work from a website, ran through my phone, an iPhone, to be able to travel with my children and to do so. Oh, the fox is following us. Oh, the fox is following us. Look. Look, it's following us. It's following us. Where's the fox? Look. It's following us. Anyway, look at my little lovely friends. So anyway, these people, let me turn me around. These people used to cause me a lot of trauma, right? Leave the fox alone, come on. These people used to cause me a lot of trauma. And the reason that they used to cause me a lot of trauma is because obviously, whether the people behind the website understand this or not, when you make an anonymous call to social care, yeah, it depends whether you make it in hours or out of hours on what happens. And people in the neighbourhoods and communities and people like these complete cunts that are doing what they're doing, and I'm glad what they've done at the moment, what they've done is they've put on the bottom of the website to basically encourage any person to make reports against me in reference to my children, right? Now, this is people that are blatantly lying, and I mean blatantly lying. Like, even take Eleanor, yeah? When it came to Christmas, right? Obviously, once I got put on sick, I got back pay and sick pay, and I decided the best thing to do was clear the bills for that year. So instead of paying monthly, I paid for the full 3 months up front and waiting for this new season. I thought we would be out of this property that we're in now, ready to start a new financial year. And obviously this new year, we had a plan. And Dean and I were actually working together really, really, really well. And Dean obviously got his place. And then all of a sudden, the person on the website then put up that apparently I'm going to be crying. Dean's taken me to court. He's got the children. And I've had my kids taken off me. And that was all bollocks. But it caused a massive argument between me and Dean that prevented me from letting Dean come for New Year. Because at the end of the day, I have never ever known who has been behind this website. There are many people who it could be, because as you know, when I first went out in the media, it was my own mother and my own sister that trolled me on the papers. And also with a couple of other things that I've done, obviously has led to this. Now, at the end of the day, people don't understand that prior to Aaron and Faith being taken, I was living securely. I was in a house, with a garden, stability. And yes, I was on disability benefit. Supported by social care, adult social care, the education department and everybody. Because when you're in the education department, yeah, and you go to school, there is a thing called SEN, which is actually meant to now be called healthcare plan, but it hasn't changed over. People are still using SEND, even though it's not SEND anymore. But what happens when these children grow up? What happens to children that have that little bit of extra support in school when they grow up? Now, I never got that support. I have never got that support. Just going to sit here for a second because I'm just waiting for something. So I have never, ever, ever had the correct support that I've needed. So when I was at school, it's really, really, really difficult, because when you play netball and your fingers are bending back and people are telling you there's nothing wrong with you, blah, 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 blah. I have always been athletic. I have always been sporty. I have always been somebody who's into extreme sports. But when you injure and you're with people that you don't know, it's really, really, really different. You have an ex-MI5 agent on your friends list. Are you talking about David Shayler? Because if it is, David Shayler is somebody that both me and Dean know. Now, what I'm trying to explain with all of this is, since Dean and I have known that, or more to the point, that Dean has known, it hasn't been me causing all this drama. So from Dean's point of view, he's thinking, why have we got all this shit going on? And then he's arguing with me, going, well, don't put it online. And I'm going, but these people are not using information that's correct. These people are blatantly fucking lying. Take the dog, for example, coming over to Christmas, yeah. Dean went online, and found the guinea pigs, yeah, and he was the one that found the dog. And I was arguing with him over the dog, saying, look, I can't handle or manage a big dog again. And he was like, oh, she'll be great, she'll be lovely, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, that's another blatant lie, because they're trying to make out that Dean got guinea pigs and I went and got a dog. And yes, it hurts my hands. Yes, it does. Eleanor walks predominantly off the lead. And the reason that she walks predominantly off the lead is because, one, I want her to be independent, but two, it does pull. If a dog is around, or like you just seen with a fox, then obviously it gets a little bit difficult in terms. I'm just going to come and sit here because there's a reason that I want to sit here. So in terms of I'm just showing you something. I'm just at the back where, obviously, that was the first place that we were put in when we first came to Portsmouth. So I've been in Portsmouth 7 years now, yeah? And these people on the website are trying to make out that people in Portsmouth are all so concerned about my mental health. And apparently my boys are walking around crying because I've got these braces on them. And apparently I call my children defected. I've never called my children defected. And my children don't go around saying they're defected. In fact, me and Dean have not discussed my condition or the potential of the level of theirs with them yet. And we've made that decision because it's something that's really difficult when you understand a prognosis of something that you've got to live with your whole life. So through me and Dean, obviously the schedule that we're building for the boys is around their swimming, their sports. They've got lots of sports that they're involved in, everything from martial arts, ninja clubs, football, athletics, all this sort of stuff that we're pigeonholing in at the moment, but we're getting more involved in it being around our family, less us having to go to groups. Both of the boys have got their education, their GCSEs all come through the University of Oxford, and depending, as long as nothing changes in the next sort of 10, 16, 15 years, well, it's not even that, is it? Then it's not, it's fine as it is, but I know with making plans, they don't always work. So basically, I've decided to keep mine and Dean and the boys at the moment with just what we're doing. And since Dean has understood that it isn't me that's doing this, I'm not the one that's brought social and the police to the door. Now, we haven't had any dramas from the services here since social services wrote to us to say, we will not be getting involved with your family. What have you found? We will not be attending, and yes, we agree that it is an anonymous caller, and each time I've been able to prove that it's not true. So, I don't know. So anyway, we're in a good place. Me and Dean are in a good place about it. We're in a good place as the parents of the two boys. The boys are doing really, really, really well. And when I say they're doing really well, I mean they're doing really, really, really well. In terms of friendships and things like that, both of the boys, I'm actually stood down here at the moment. Just let me grab Eleanor's lead. Both of the boys, since we very first lived here, and as you know, that was my old flat up there. We've had obviously the park and the children's place. So the boys have been interacting with the local community all the time. But I really struggle with it because today we came out and we went to 2 parks, okay? Let me just get my dog because he's eating cat food. Come here, you. 2 seconds because I'm just going to pass somebody. And I'm going to walk up the hill and stay with you for a bit. But it might get a little bit dark. Just 2 seconds. So also, just in reference to obviously the name of Eleanor, yeah, because Dean was the one that was looking for the dog, and Dean was the one that was on Gumtree, and Dean was the one that was using his phone, and he was the one that got the video to show me. All I heard on the video was the owner at the time of the dog going, "Alina!" Yeah, and that's all I heard on the video. So obviously we asked her what the name, and they just sort of went, and there was a really, 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 really broad Irish name, and they sort of went, Elena, Eleanor, and it was like, and I said to Dean, is it Eleanor or Elena, how do you spell it? And then when we got back, it was Amber that said, how do you spell it? And I said, I don't know. And I said to Dean, can you ring them back and just ask them how they spell Eleanor, and also when her actual birthday is, and if they, have anything else, about her food or anything, and get all that. Well, Dean had already cleared his phone, so I wasn't able to do that. And that's why we've been stuck with this, whether she's called Elena, which is spelled different, or Eleanor. But this is no different than a child who's born to forced adoption or taken into care. When you've got somebody that is taking in somebody that they've never, ever, ever met, like take Aaron, okay? If they didn't have the proper paperwork and they just ended up with a child and they were writing his name down, well, is he Aaron, as in Aaron, or is he Aaron, as in Aaron, or An? And it's like, that identity is important. And I understand this, why we have tried to make a decision that she's Elena or Eleanor. And it's difficult because we sort of, you look at her and we would go, Elena, Eleanor, yeah, Elena, Eleanor, Eleanor, yeah. So Eleanor, she seems to prefer Eleanor over Elena. So then that would make her spelling Eleanor. So this is different to Eleanor, but with the Irish way. So this is why I'm saying things like this, you know, what the dog previously ate, what sort of activities that she's had, what sort of things that she's done. And what annoys me about the people on the website, right, is they keep going on about mental health. It's all about mental health this, mental health that. I've met 3 other parents that have got social workers that are in this week, all wanting to discuss their mental health. Mental health this, mental health that, mental health this, mental health that. Now, I find this really annoying because obviously they're putting out in the papers now that teachers, police officers, doctors are all going to be trained in recognising trauma. And I've always been speaking about trauma, not labels, trauma. Now, what these people on this website have caused and done is a lot of disinformation on the website. Now, the other thing is as well, is they put on the website and they go, it's all about not listening to what Kellie Cotham's got to say about working with social services. Well, one, let me tell you this straight, yeah? I lost Aaron and Faith to forced adoption. I was legally represented. I faced a committal to prison for 2 years. I was not legally represented, and I represented myself. I did not get 2 years in prison. Elijah and Shiloh, we had, when we first very got here, we both got solicitors. Me and Dean got solicitors. And we walked into a meeting of a load of information that was completely incorrect. And they'd said that Dean was currently on remand for a stabbing and he was facing prison. And I said, well, that's a load of bollocks for a start. And I said, you know that's a load of bollocks because you know full well that we came here from Bristol after Dean was released with no further charges. Yes, it was on a stabbing. And we came here from that because it was Dean's release from prison letter that we gave as identification for Dean because he didn't have any of his identification with him. And, you know, so to come from where we've come from, so coming from me being a mum who was living with 4 children, who had a sofa, a tin opener, a bread bin, a microwave, the children had beds, I had beds, furniture, clothes, shoes, all that stuff, to then going into a situation where I fall into having to free fall because I've fallen out of social housing, no criteria to get into social housing, fallen out of private rental. I'd never been in social housing up until probably when I was 11. And to do what we've achieved in this time, I mean, obviously it's been more alone. Dean's been back and forth, but the only reason that we've been arguing is because of, one, me going onto social media. My family has always had an issue with it. Dean has always had an issue with it, the fact that it gives people ammunition to use against me. But it has only been in the last couple of months that we have truly understood why it has been the way that it is and why the police had been traumatising it. And both Dean and I have learned that it hasn't been Portsmouth City Council. Portsmouth City Council have got no problems with us whatsoever. Never have had. I came here very easy with all of the paperwork. They went through the paperwork and they knew that everything was incorrect to do with Aaron and Faith. Okay, fact. It's all there, evidence, and all down to using EDS and 22 years of wrongful diagnosis and a lot of false information. That all can be presented and is being presented I get closer and closer and closer every day to what it is that I'm trying to get done before I ever started campaigning. I have had more shit off campaigners than I ever got off social in the very first place. Do you know that? Do you get that? I have more shit off campaigners, mate. I have had more gossip, more abuse, more shit than anything because of the campaign. Because people are so fucked up in their head over who this person is. I've heard stories over this person is an MI5 agent, this person works for state, and I hear the same shit about myself. And it's like, really? It's like, do you know people think that Sabine McNeil was never in prison? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's like people that don't even believe that Aaron and Faith were ever taken, and people that believe that the person that was in the media, Kellie Cotton, was to do with something. I've been a sole trader my whole life. I'm still here trying to build something. So anyway, my skating and my dancing, I never got to do what I wanted to do for my own life because I became a mum so early. And for me, I've still got so much life left in me. I've still got so much that I want to achieve and do, and my body doesn't let me do this. But I believe with the right people. And yes, roller skating, by the way, is the one thing that they do encourage children with EDS to be doing. Whether this person believes that they've spoken to a physio or not. Why would you take the time out to go and speak to a physio about my condition? Like, go and speak to an EDS person, yeah? So anyway, I am very much looking forward to, now that we actually do have the screenshots of this website encouraging people and giving, they even want to encourage people to report me to PIP, yeah? So the fact that I now have that, the whole law system changes, and I'm very, very, very much looking forward to this person being revealed, because it seems that this person has been behind this for potentially 11 years, potentially 9, very much so 7, and actually probably even longer than 7, because these cunting people, right, this is how sick they are, yeah? I moved from that place to over here, yeah? And the very first day they put the website up, they put a video of me in the old house when it was all packed up moving, and then put a post out going, look at her new house, what a mess it is and stuff. And it was like they posted a video out with my boxes. They've also put up on their video about all these YouTube videos that I'm having taken down. Well, my YouTube videos haven't been taken down. 2 of my TikToks has, that I had put up the identification of something. And they're actually posting videos to links of things that are down that have got nothing to do with me. It's not even my page. It's not on my account. You know, it's not even linked to my account. So the fact is, Portsmouth City Council and Portsmouth Hampshire Police actually really like me and Dean. And they like our family. And they quite like us to be quite more involved in Portsmouth. So they're quite happy with the injunction that's coming forward that prevents Portsmouth City Council, that's police, that's social care, that is any ambulances for mental health, that is any education authorities, any person attending my property. And they're happy with this injunction. And they're happy with the fact that I've sent over the email to show that, yes, they are actually giving a telephone number to directly get people to contact Portsmouth, right? So the police here are very happy with me going further with this. And they already know who it is. But unfortunately, they are not allowed to share it, because apparently this person also, in their own area, contacted the police to say that I was threatening to kill them. So apparently they already have their address on the system and have actually attended to kill them. So they are very aware of who it is. GoDaddy is very aware of who it is. It is only at the moment I don't get to find out who it is until, oh, we've got the fox. The fox has followed us all the way here. wow, a fox has followed us. Oh, Eleanor, leave it, please. Please. Please leave it. So yeah, I get to find out, but I don't get to find out until after they're arrested. But they won't be arrested until, I think we've got another 3 weeks or something to go, because I'm so far behind on trying to get all the information for the statements and trying to cross-reference stuff. And, yeah, she's found the fox. But other than that, we're in a really good place. Obviously, I've got to get car MOT'd. We still want to get out of here. And yeah, so I'm going back to what I was originally doing in 2010. And that was, Bitcoin, crypto, gold, investing, because that is what I learned from these people. That is what I learned from Richard Branson, Alan Sugar, Tony Robbins, all these people, that poor people get jobs. Poor people are employed by the employer at minimum wage, etc., where it is the employer, who don't have a job, they have a company. And that's what we're focusing on. So I said I wasn't going to skate or dance again, but tonight I went out on my skates. I wasn't very confident on them because I got to stop and missing. And there was a couple of people out where I skate and I wasn't really into it, but I did a couple of things on it. And as I left, all of a sudden I was approached by two lads. One of them is very heavy in competing, he's teaching, and basically have asked me to join their hip-hop little class that they've got going on. And I've talked to him about the EDS, what I'm doing for the EDS awareness, and he's happy to help me put the videos together, because the only person that I'm trying to show what I can really do is Dean and my kids. I want Dean to dance with me. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't matter whether I've got a broken leg and want to walk without my crutches. It doesn't matter whether I'm battling cancer and choose to run every fucking day and sit in the sea. It doesn't matter whether I have hypermobility EDS and I've just tweaked the back of my neck, which is not funny. What I do and how I choose to progress, and what goals and what dreams and what ambitions, we are happy homeschooling the boys. We are happy moving forward. I'm more so happy knowing that all the shit has been caused by these cunts. And Dean knows that now, and he gets it. So me and Dean are quite happy. I think this is back to being his home, and it look forward to us moving forward. But we'll see how we go. We'll talk to the working pensions. They basically said, unless we're moving forward, it just stays as it is. Social, we're happy with everything that's going on. And yeah, but you see this door? Any single person gets sent to this door, and I mean it, to any person who's getting on this website and jumping on and making anonymous calls. Be careful, because the law's about to change on anonymous calls very soon, and you are going to have your details left there. And they're not going to be allowing all of this shit to go on, because arseholes do it, right? And I've noticed with a lot of these people who've had their kids taken, is somebody who's made a cunting anonymous fucking phone call, and then parents are on with their day thinking everything's all right, and then they get bang, bang, bang. They get 2 police officers and 2 social workers stood at the door, and they don't know what the fuck for. And all of a sudden you're getting 2 kids being yanked out. Well, do you know what Dean said? These boys ain't going nowhere, Kelly. And nobody's doing this to you either, love, yeah? So if these people want to be part of my 2 boys being dragged out of my home and put into fucking foster care, you evil, vile fucking people, that you would hate me so much that you do that to 2 little innocent boys who are 5 and 4. So get your fucking website down, because it's being taken down soon. Mine's coming back bigger, harder and faster than I've ever been. You're being screenshotted. Everything that is a lie, you're being done under slander, defamation, and under liable, because it's written in word. And the fact is, you are coercing and grooming and badgering people to make complaints against me that's going to cause for 2 children. Oh, yeah, you better ring the police over threatens to take you out of this world, mate, because you cause that to my kids, you better run for the rest of your life.